Hello, Sagittarius. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say for you today. Something you should know about my style of reading is that I read intuitive first, and then I look at the meanings of the cards. A lot of times it can all be woven together. Sorry, cards are getting away from me. Rather enthusiastic today. A lot of times my intuitive, what comes through for me intuitively, does tie in directly to the card, or may be a broader meaning or just general insight for the deck, or it may be a completely random message that just needs to come through for whatever reason. So, Sagittarius, what do the cards have for you for the rest of July? What do they want you to know? Yes, and my shuffling skills do leave something to be desired, but usually it's not this difficult, so it must be, it's all that fire energy in here, huh? That Sagittarius. All right, that says right. Are we cutting? We are not cutting. Okay. Card number 1, the Knight of Swords. Card number 2, the Ace of Cups. Almost looked like I had 2 there. This is my favorite deck, so it's well used. The 3 of Swords, the Moon, and the 4 of Cups. All right, so for the final, second half, same thing really, right? For July 2023, Sagittarius. It looks like you're coming in hot. Swords are about words, communication, learning, although they all have lessons in them. The Knights are kind of the college graduate, right? Just fresh out of college, eager to get going, eager to apply all the knowledge that they have, but no experience at it yet. So there's something you've jumped into full of fire and enthusiasm and just are charging forward into it. Just be careful and make sure you remember all that you learned when you take that on the journey, and know that you may be making some mistakes in all your enthusiasm, and it does not hurt to ask questions. Sometimes we do not always have all the answers, and asking questions is the best way, well, one of the best. Experience is also a great teacher. One of the best ways to learn. If you're choosing the experience-only route, expect that you might fall off that horse every once in a while and have to get back on it. Ace of Cups. Cups are about intuition and emotions, generally. Aces are about new beginnings, that initiation of things, inspiration. So you're rushing into something that really inspires you and that you really want to take off and do, and you're hoping goes really well. So you're rushing into it. Boom. Quick and hard and fast. It's new to you, though, in more ways than one. Not just what you know, but in how you feel about it. So there may be some new emotions or things that coming up that you've never experienced before from an emotional point of view. But know that this is just the beginning of this journey, and it's going to be an amazing journey. New things are good things. Well, that's what I think anyway, as far as experiences and adventures. And you do like travel generally, Sagittarius does, so this could even literally be a new journey that you're going on. A new destination that you've never been before that you're very excited about. I like that one. And don't be afraid to share that or express it to those around you. That blue is for the throat chakra, which is about expressing and speaking your thought and speaking your truth, sharing your story. So maybe plan to do that along the way. One of the things you need to be aware of is that it could be that you're rushing into all of this because you've been hurt, because you feel betrayed, because someone abandoned you or left you behind, stuck that knife in your heart, and you're feeling devastated. But it's the idea that you're devastated about, not really the person or the situation. It was your idea of how it should be. The dream you had about what should be happening, which wasn't actually happening. So that's hurting right now, right? But you need to look at it in a new way. Is that it was the idea of that perfection, of the possibilities there. That's what you're missing. And not really, your heart wasn't really in it with the people that were there, but you loved the dream and you loved the ideas that were there. So it's time to let that go and release it. And maybe you're going for a jog, maybe you're doing maybe you're planning for this possible trip that you're doing, or diving even more into this new adventure that you're on. But recognize that your anger, your fear, your sorrow isn't because you were connected emotionally to the situation. You were connected emotionally to the idea of the situation. And the moon is about uncovering things, right? The moon sheds light in the dark. So there may be some shadows you have, or things you're trying to hide from yourself that you don't want to face, that you need to, and you will be here at the end of July. This may mean you discover something about yourself in this process. Maybe you're even seeking help from professionals to find out what's going on here and how you can get past this situation, or why you got there in the first place. Why are you so tied to this idea of what something should be? It's something that you might need to dig into, and it looks like you will be digging into. And I feel like some of you may be journaling about it, or even an electronic journal. Somebody's got an e-journal, or I don't know the term for it because I don't have one, but an online journal where they put their things. New moon is on Monday, the 17th. So that could be a good night, even though it is a dark night. It could be a good time to sit out under the brightness of the stars of that night and see what those are like and see how you're feeling. Just sit for 5 minutes, not thinking about much of anything, and see where your mind wanders and what you uncover about yourself. What else? There's something else coming through here. So there may be, if you have a friend that's a Cancer, or someone in your family that's a Cancer, look to them for advice. They can help. They're really good at that, at helping you dig into those depths of emotion. They're a water sign and they're ruled by the moon. So if you know a Cancer, it would be good to get advice from them on this situation. And maybe even they may even have some insight into what it is you really do want, or have some way for you to find out why you put distance between your mind and your heart. Okay, distance between the mind and the heart. That feels right. And this is the Four of Cups. Again, we talked about cups and what they are. And this, honestly, it all kind of does tie together here with what the message has been so far. You've been so focused on the way you think things should be and what you have right in front of you that you're not looking around to see what possibilities are out there. What other possibilities are there? It may be that this was the dream and ideal of someone else that you adopted because it seemed like a good idea, but it's not really your ideal. You may be focused in on what's expected to be and not looking at the possibilities, which is Sagittarius is very good at doing. So you've put blinders on yourself up until now, and it may just be time to remove the blinders. Yes, it is time to remove the blinders. So you're going enthusiastically into something new in this new adventure, but this keeps holding you back, right? What should be, and why do I try to stay within the status quo? Why am I not pushing myself out beyond the status quo? That's what you need to look into. And I think once you become aware of it, it gets easier to push past it. But you need to dig in there and look at it so that you can see what your other options are. I'm going to go from the bottom of the deck here. And we have the Queen of Cups. So yes, to me, this is this other person that you can go to for advice here, who's very confident about their emotions. They may seem calm a lot of the time, but they're not afraid to stand up and defend their friends, their family. They're not afraid to speak out, but they do it in such a way that has a big emotional impact. And you really feel that they really mean it from their heart. I like this turquoise color around her, which is kind of a blend of that green, which is heart chakra energy, and blue of the throat. So they have that blending of being able to speak through their heart space. Yes. So I would look for advice from someone close to you that may be a Cancer, or someone you really respect that seems to be very emotionally stable and emotionally confident and very sure about themselves and where they're at and what they want out of life. That would be a great person to seek out advice from and can help you figure out ways for you to see more possibilities and let go of what you think is expected of you and find out what you really want. So Sagittarius, the rest of this month is going to be about figuring out what you want in this new adventure you're going on. Right? It can be scary stepping out and doing something brand new, but you're excited about it, but you're still tentative in some ways. But you really need to do it because it feels really right from the depths of your soul. If you can just push back the emotional human fear of it and let go of what the expected things are and go after what Sagittarius wants. Go get it. You got this. I love this reading for you. Thank you. If you like this reading, please hit like. If you would like to see more of these, hit subscribe and the notify button, and I will talk to you later. Thank you.